What's up, guys? Today we're going to cover calf kicks. They've been a big topic in MMA especially. You see them a lot in kickboxing, and they do a lot of damage and they don't take a ton of effort. And there's been a big discrepancy with checking them and blocking them, but as well as attacking them. We're seeing legs get broken and just a lot of damage done. I myself personally have had a lot of success in all of my fights. I throw this a ton and I use it as a tool. So we're going to go over how to attack it first and then how to defend it. So for me, like I said, there's some discrepancies and everybody's got their own opinion. But for me personally, when I'm attacking what they call the calf kick, I'm really attacking the ankle. I like to go as low as possible down here. There's a few reasons. One, because as he goes to check, usually I can take that leg out still, even if he lifts his leg to check. And two, it's just an easier target for me to hit and it's a harder target for him to block. So when I throw this, first thing I need as a southpaw is I need outside position. If my lead leg is even with his lead leg, it's really hard for me to get this off, get my hip turning, and I'm also in danger of taking some punches at the same time. Plus it makes my leg go really straight, and that's where we're seeing some damage get done to certain guys' legs. So for me, without any punches to set it up, just the kick, I like to beat that outside foot position. So as I step out, that's when I'm looking. I usually, if I'm kicking with my rear leg, I put this hand out to touch that outside hand. I'm not so much worried about this one because I'm going this way. So it's a lot harder for him to hit me with this hand with my head over here. It's his lead hand that I have to watch out for. So as I take that outside foot position here, now when I bring this through, I'm not bringing it inside the leg like a lot of people do. From here, I touch that hand, and I'm coming inside of near the ankle, like inside of the calf. What that does is it takes his foot out, okay? So I'm here, I step, I like to beat this hand, and when I kick, a lot of times I pull my toes back and I think about sweeping that leg out. The damage is done. It doesn't take a lot of power. He doesn't have a lot down there, so it starts to hurt right away. Guys don't like to take too many of them. So again, step, kick, and look to bring that leg out. What that does is if I'm following up with punches or anything, I can get him to fall into my hook here, sit down hook, or cross, whatever I want to follow up with off of that, but I'm taking his base out as I do it. So it's actually saving me from counters as well. A few more times. For me as a southpaw, I like the inside. It's a lot harder for him to defend that inside kick than the outside, but we'll get into the outside kick too and get in the right angle for it. But for right now, work that inside calf kick, make sure you're stepping out, make sure your head is outside of that shoulder and I'm touching the lead hand. So once you get the hang of that, focusing on hitting the same target over and over again and getting all those details squared away, now we can use it as a defensive tool too. So if my partner, southpaw and orthodox, as he steps to throw his jab, I'll already start stepping my foot out, okay? Here, before that jab even comes back, I'm going through and taking that leg out. I'm taking his base out, which stops him from throwing the cross. It stops him from throwing the hook because his momentum is going backwards. So I check, kick, parry, kick. A lot of times I'll even try to time it right as he steps. It makes your partner not want to step in anymore and it starts to hurt. It doesn't take very many of them to land. So looking at this, I went over the target that I'm looking for. So one mistake people do make is they'll step way too far. If I'm too far outside, when I go for this inside kick, I actually end up kicking his shin and doing the work for him, which would be checking it. So if I step too far out and I really try to load up my hip and rotate, and he doesn't move, I end up kicking his shin, which hurts me too. So there's a fine line between hitting that angle inside or too far outside. I want to make sure that I'm not making contact with his shin, that I'm making contact with the ankle and inner calf.